Hello everyone, this is Bryant with SFOT Source, your premier guide to Six Flags over Texas. Last time we were out here, it was the closing weekend of HalloFest 2020. Now we're switching gears, and it's actually the weekend before Holiday in the Park begins. So we're super excited to be out here. We're going to jump in, kind of get an idea of all the things they've set up. As you probably know, there's not a ton of Holiday in the Park information yet, so maybe we can piece some things together while we're here, get you all ready for the event, check out, other stuff that's going on in the park. You still have to make a reservation. Of course, you have to wear a face mask. They're doing all of their social distancing measures still, so just keep that in mind if you're trying to come out here. Make sure you have all that checked off. Let's head into the park. All right, everyone, we've made our way into the park. You can see here at front gate we have the holiday tree of trees, kind of halfway-ish done. And we've got like some present-looking boxes out here, and they're already blasting one of the absolutely most obnoxious Christmas songs in the history of the world, and that's how you know it's almost time. And right outside of Bugs Bunny Boomtown, you can see we've already got the lit up garland here on the railing over by Speedy Gonzales, and it looks like we've also got our first kind of fire pit over here. So I would assume that this is a fire pit. And I actually kind of really like the way this is designed. It's very festive looking. Here's something interesting to kind of point out. This is a brand new sign since we've been here last. You can see they're advertising the event November 21st to January 4th now. If you look online, it only says January 3rd. So it looks like they added an extra day to the end of this. And here in the USA section, we've got all kinds of garland again, and you can see here Justice League is just decked out in the garland. And over here, we've got some remnants of a scare zone. I wonder if they will move that. We also have a booth, which maybe will be for some holiday food, but no holiday food's been advertised, so it's all just kind of speculation at this point, of course. And, oh, somebody is sitting in the driver's seat of this. Oh, it's Santa Claus. So maybe this truck is just gonna stay here for Holiday in the Park since Santa's driving it. Here's something interesting to note. This area of Boomtown is typically home to Deep in the Heart of Christmas, which is like a big lighting feature. And they have added the kind of cross aircraft cable supports for the big Texas flag light feature, but it is not up yet, so maybe that is something they're going to work on this week before Holiday in the Park starts next weekend. But it definitely does look like they're planning on doing that. Just to kind of give you all an update on the specialty food, it looks like the Pineapple Man booth is maybe still here. There's an empty booth next to it, and then this booth over here, which we showcased in one of our HalloFest videos, is still here. And of course, the Cowboy Burrito stand is still over there by Mini Mine Train. That's a classic kind of Holiday in the Park booth. So it looks like maybe some of these might be sticking around. And usually they add more in some other areas, but we'll just have to see. And as we come through Boomtown, this area, like I said, is deep in the heart of Christmas. You can see we've got all of the lighting starting to get all over the buildings, on the roof lines. And you've got kind of your other little decor pieces too. There is a food booth here. This was the Stifler's booth during HalloFest, so it looks like maybe it might be changing out, but not too sure. And we've made our way into the newer Gotham City area. You can see that they've made some updates here to Gotham City Stage. There's brand new lighting that's been installed, and they've cleared out all of the HalloFest related materials. The other thing that's worth pointing out is that they've added a kind of temporary building over here in front of Catwoman Whip. So this might actually be a tech booth, and based off the fact that there's new lighting at Gotham City Stage, this might be where one of our live entertainment offerings are, because if you follow us on social media, we've kind of pointed out that live entertainment in some capacity is coming back for the event. And we made our way over to Superman Tower of Power. In the tower section, you can see we've got garland for days all along here. They've got Christmas lights over in the trees. And this is usually a really nice looking area during Holiday in the Park. But it's a very nice day out here today as well. And it looks like the little sheds that they have kind of along the pathway over here have also had lights added to them. So it feels like they are much further ahead this year on the Christmas light game than they have been before. So if you're a big fan of Christmas lights, things are definitely actually looking very promising. We continue our way through the tower section. You can see we've got Christmas lights all along these buildings and in the trees. And then of course the iconic star on the oil derrick is back. And they also have the string lights coming down to make it look like a big Christmas tree. I want to know in the comments below, before they were putting the Christmas tree light feature on oil derrick, which attraction out here looked like a Christmas tree? And I just wanted to point out, while we're over here in the tower section, Shockwave, for all of you hardcore thrill seekers, they turned the trims off once you go through the first 2 loops. So the ride is definitely much crazier now, and I recommend that y'all come try it out. There's not as much forgiveness, if that's the right word. So when the train gets to here, yeah, it is not slowing it down as much as it normally does. So you'd be feeling a lot more airtime if you got on it these days. So it was already tons of fun, one of the best rides here, and now it's even more crazy. So, and as we make our way back from Shockwave, I just wanted to point out Roaring Rapids is opening for the day. They just started the pumps up. So I don't know if that's a this weekend thing or if they're going to be attempting that through Holiday in the Park, but it's definitely interesting. And over here in front of the Music Mill Amphitheater, they're getting the Frosty Snow Hill ready, which is a real snow hill, and we kind of pointed that out last time, but you can see they've moved the hay bales over, and that thing should be good and ready to go. It's a very fun classic attraction. And over here by the former Gold River Adventure attraction, during Hallowfest, this was the Mystic Acres Trick or Treat Trail, and you can see they've decked the entrance out with oversized Christmas lights. You've got like a Christmas cowboy hat, and you've got all this garland and bow, and I'm really curious to see what this is. I wonder if it's just maybe like another walkthrough for children. It does look like it's still definitely a maze. So this just maybe looks like some kind of interactive walkthrough photo op experience that they're doing for kids again. And you know, I thought Mystic Acres was really cool, so I'm glad to see that they're doing this for Holiday in the Park as well. And then once we kind of came down towards this little feature, we've got another fire pit, and you can see that they're doing kind of a more contained fire pit this year. But I do like these new structures they built, and as we go along you can just kind of see more of the decoration. We've got some of these big oversized Christmas lights over here, and then it looks like they've added one of the nutcrackers over here. You can see they put some garland up, and looks like they still probably have quite a bit of work to do over here that I'm sure they'll get set up and ready to go this week. And over here in the Texas section, this is typically where Lone Star Lights takes place, which is a kind of interactive dancing lights to Christmas music type of deal. You can see they've set up quite a bit of it already. One kind of intriguing thing that I've noticed though is that they have brought out new speakers that they've hung at back porch stage, and they've also put subs on the ground, which is different than the last time we were here. Normally they have the speaker stacks just sitting on each side of the stage. So maybe on top of the light show there is some kind of live entertainment element mixed into, or maybe they just hung these for the show. I guess we will find out, but this would also be a pretty good spot for some outdoor entertainment. We've cut over into the Old South section, and you can see most of these trees have Christmas lights going all the way up them. I know you might not be able to see it in the video, but I mean, they've got Christmas lights going all the way to the top. They're just not all turned on. You can see Southern Palace is pretty plain. I would not expect any kind of live entertainment offering to be taking place inside during Holiday in the Park, but you can see there's also Christmas lights all along here, and just kind of going down this way. And we will cut to the other side of Old South because it's pretty decked out as well. And we make our way into the other side of Old South. You can see that the Merry Marketplace kind of extension that they did here a couple years ago is still intact. We've got a great looking garland and wreaths and stuff on the buildings, of course Christmas lights. And then this building, which, you know, is normally home to Primo's Pizzeria, is returning as the Cozy Cafe. And this is where you get the soup in a bread bowl and the stuffed baked potatoes. It's very delicious, usually on the dining pass. I highly recommend checking this out. You got your big old ornaments out here, of course. And as we come up this way, you've got your Welcome to Merry Marketplace Chaparral Antique Car photo op. You've got your giant mistletoe photo op over here. And we'll have to keep going around the corner and see what else they've added. You can see we've got more decor along the way. Typically this arcade area turns into a petting zoo. I would imagine with the pandemic that's not going to be a thing. When you look across the path, you have the Crazy Horse Saloon, all decked out for Christmas. And you can see the Santa's Outpost sign over there. I would imagine that they're going to have some kind of special socially distanced Santa photo op, but it's nice to see that it's coming back. Something a little more normal. And this is also sometimes home to Ye Olde Coffee Shop. I don't see anything that suggests that the coffee shop and the little snack bar is going to be open. And then of course we've got another one of our fire pits. It looks like this is just kind of the standard fire pit setup now, which is not a bad thing. They look really nice. So you got another one right over here across from Texas Taco Bar. And you can see we've got the Merry Marketplace indicators here next to the courthouse stage. They've decorated the stage for Christmas, but there's not really an indication of any potential live entertainment here because this stage has kind of been built out like this for a while now and they just kind of left it. But you can see all the Christmas lights are ready to go, the signage. You flip over this way and what is typically Miss Abby's, it turns into the Peppermint Parlor. So they have all kinds of specialty cookies, they have hot drinks, and it's great to see that coming back. And then of course on the corner over here you have St. Nick's Knickknacks, which is just really just still the same kind of gift shop, but they have, you know, some Christmas stuff in there, nothing too crazy. And over here in front of the former entrance to Casa Magnetica is this 1920s fire engine, which is a great photo op during the holidays. And typically this 40 Below Joe stand is home to the cinnamon rolls, but I do not see any indication that they will have the cinnamon rolls here. It would be a bummer if the cinnamon rolls are gone, but I guess we will find out once Holiday in the Park starts. And the other thing I want to point out is they've finished painting this building and they replaced the roof. I know y'all probably remember our roof checks that we've done in the past, so kudos to them for giving this building some TLC. Over here in the lower Texas section, they're continuing this theme they started last year where they're just lining the buildings with Christmas lights. You can see it through the Bubba's Hot Dogs eating area over there. And then of course they're also doing it on this building here. So looks like they've added a little bit more than they had last time. And I really like that they're doing the buildings like these, like this. You see the train going by, and they've also added plexiglass to some of this. And it's decorated for Holiday in the Park, of course. We've made our way onto the Six Flags Railroad for the first time in a very long time. And here on the first passenger coach, you can see that they've added plexiglass on every single row. And this helps them keep the capacity up. So they haven't done this to the second and third class yet, but it is very nice to see them coming up with solutions to keep the train running you know, very efficiently. So very excited to be on the train and take a spin around the park.
Don't let your right wake about anybody that's left in the station. We'll probably never see those people ever again. Over here, oh look at all the people on your left lined up over there. They think they're in line for the New Texas Giant. No, that's the ladies' restroom. Vehicles one at a time. They built 3 types though. They built the Luck Utility, and the Chaparral car. They went on in business for about 4 to 5 years. They closed down after having only made 9 cars. Over here on your left-hand side, this is the Shockwave. Shockwave opened in 1978, and it was billed as the world's longest, tallest, fastest roller coaster in the world. And it held that title for about, 28 days. Sir, up there in that first coach, I need you to remain seated, please. All the way down on your backside. Oh, maintenance guy, sorry. Didn't realize who you were. My bad. On your left-hand side, you're going to see our ghost town. See the piano player? If you listen closely, you can hear it. He's playing the sound of silence. The guys playing poker, they've been playing that same hand of poker since 1961 because none of them have the guts to place a bet. Now look to your left, and to your right, and above you, and below you. You'll see the tracks of the Runaway Mine Train. Built in 1966. It is the world's first mine-themed roller coaster. It's also the world's first roller coaster to go completely underwater. It's the baddest coaster we have. Too big and bad for some of our little guests. Hold on, here it goes. And for some of our little chickens.
So it's awesome to be able to ride the Six Flags Railroad again. Man, it was like a nostalgia trip through the park. Please keep in mind, they're not done installing the plexiglass barriers, so they are only doing one-way trips, but it does sound like once they get all the barriers installed, they will do full round trips for everyone because they'll be able to increase the capacity at that point. Alright y'all, we stopped into Looney Tunes Mall to show y'all the special Holiday in the Park masks. We've got a gangsta wrapper, the fruitcake blocker, that's pretty clever. And then you've got like the candy cane deal. So these are your masks for Holiday in the Park. And of course they've started putting out the other Holiday in the Park merch. You've got this ugly Christmas sweater. It is $25.99. They've got basically like this tumbler, and we'll go around the front here in a second, but you can see these are kind of the ornaments that they typically have, but you know, not bad ornaments by any means. That one's pretty cute there. Let's go around the front of the table. This is a better kind of close-up of the masks. You can see that's definitely a kid size there, but you've got this naughty or nice. My ugly mask, that's a good one. I like that. You've got your kind of typical throw blankets, and you've got a few other just kind of generic things, I guess I would call them. You got the shot glasses, and then of course you've got beanies and stuff. And the beanies come, they don't have a price on them, so I don't know. But of course, if you have a membership, your discount works on all this. So it's nice to see some of this stuff rolling out early, and I do really like that ugly Christmas sweater. All right, everyone, that does it for this trip to Six Flags Over Texas. Lots of great things going on around the park. It definitely seems like they're maybe stepping up their game a little bit for Holiday in the Park in terms of decor and just kind of all-around fullness around the park. It's definitely a time of year I love. It's great to go out there at night and check out the lights. Other things we know about Holiday in the Park, of course, we saw the fire pits. We saw that Gotham City stage appears to be getting fitted for some kind of live entertainment offering. We know there's going to be photos with Santa. We know there's going to be the Tree of Trees, and we know there's going to at least be most of what the Merry Marketplace has been in the past. And of course, the Cozy Cafe with all the specialty foods. So lots of things to look forward to for Holiday in the Park. And of course, you can look forward to riding the Six Flags Railroad. It's so great to have it back, and it was really fun to get to ride it again. Make sure to check out our Guide to Holiday in the Park 2020. Of course, once we know more information about Holiday in the Park and can confirm a few things, we'll actually get that a little bit more updated for y'all, but the link is in the description below. If you have any questions about the park or anything in general with our channel, please let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear, if you make it out to Holiday in the Park, what your experience was like. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you soon at a theme park.